Good morning. Welcome to field number 2 here at the Palmasola Softball Complex. It is day number 12 of the FGCL, and the first of 3 games here on field number 2 features the Lakewood Ranch Rodeo and the Pioneers. I'm Tom Canterbury. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Here is the starting lineup for the Lakewood Ranch Rodeo, who are 5-5 entering today's game. They are on a 2-game win streak. They won yesterday's game by a final score of 12-7 over the Nears. This is the second of 3 games between these two. The Rodeo are in 6th place by themselves, 4 games back in the loss column. Under head coach Allie Lindenham, the starting lineup is Carly Penner, the center fielder, batting first. Batting second, Grace Taylor, the shortstop. Lily Shivert. Left field, batting third, Randy DeLong. The first baseman will bat fourth. Batting fifth is Elena Ross, the right fielder. Sadie Armstrong, designated player, bats sixth. Batting seventh and catching is Hope Jordan. Sierra Diaz, second base, batting eighth. Lana Velasquez, the extra hitter, will bat ninth. And Gabby Mercado, third base, batting 10th. They're facing in the circle for the Pioneers, the right-handed freshman out of New Mexico, Caprice Barella. Barella on the year, making her 7th appearance for the Nears. She's pitched 14 1/3 innings. With an 0-1 record, she's given up 8 runs, 5 earned, a 2.44 ERA, 16 hits, 24 strikeouts to 3 walks, a 133 whip. For Barella, as a team through 9 games, the Pioneers have given up 73 runs, 49 have been earned, a 5.91 ERA, and a 2.19 whip. Defensively for the Nears, Love in left, Harrell in center, Dawson in right, Lamont at third, Shea at short, Ty at second, Davis at first with Combs behind the plate catching Barella, and Baker, the DP. Carly Penner to lead things off. Barella looks in, and the first pitch is a one-hopper to second. Stop is made, and there's one gone. So already one change for the Nears. That's Lamont at third. And Ty is over on at Lamont at second. Ty is on third base. So one out now for Grace Taylor. Takes first pitch for a ball. Taylor batting .231, 6 of 26, 5 runs scored, 5 runs driven in, with 4 walks and a hit by pitch as well as a sac fly. Fouls that one away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor was 0 for 1 yesterday with 2 runs scored and an RBI, had a sac fly, 2 walks. Two balls and a strike. As a team, the Rodeo have scored 38 runs through 10 games with a .213 average and a .341 on base percentage. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got her with the off speed for the strikeout, and there's 2 gone. That brings up the left fielder, Lily Shivert. Shivert, 6 of 22, batting .273 with 5 runs scored, 4 runs driven in with a double. Shivert's been walked 5 times. She's got 3 hit by pitches and a sacrifice fly. Yesterday was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Had a sac fly, hit by pitch, and a single. That one's taken to deep right field, and that one is back, and that one is gone. Opposite field solo homer for Lily Shivert, and the Rodeo takes a 1-0 lead. So the solo homer for Lily Shivert gives the Rodeo the 1-0 lead, and that will bring up the first baseman, Randy DeLong. DeLong batting .214, 6 of 28 with a run scored, 5 runs driven in as a double, and 5 walks on the season. Was 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI, had a double and a walk. First pitch misses for ball 1. Scheduled for today, Rodeo and the Pioneers now. Finns and the Impact coming up at 12, and 2:30 will be the Aquanauts and the River Mocs. Soft liner to second. Lamont is there for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Rodeo get on the board first. They get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left. We played a half inning. Rodeo 1, Nears coming to bat. This is the FGCL. One nothing Rodeo. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Here is the starting lineup for the Pioneers. They enter today's game at 2-7 overall. They've lost 1 game in a row. That game yesterday to the Rodeo. They're in 10th place by themselves. They're 6 games back in the loss column under head coach Erica Beach. Starting lineup: Caitlin Ty, the second baseman, leading things off with Caprice Barella, the pitcher, batting second. Ella Dawson, right field, bats third. Sydney Lamont, third base, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Maddie Baker, the extra player. Valerie Combs, catching, batting sixth. Bailey Davis, first base, bats seventh. Batting eighth is Jet Harrell, the center fielder. Kennedy Shea, shortstop, bats ninth. And Haley Love, the left fielder, will bat 10th. They'll face in the circle for the Rodeo. She's a right-handed incoming freshman on her way to Bucknell, Avery Powers. Powers making her 6th appearance for the Rodeo this season. She's pitched 18 innings with a 2-1 record. 7 runs allowed. They've all been earned for a .272 ERA. 19 hits, 15 strikeouts to 7 walks, a .144 whip. As a team, the Rodeo allowed 51 runs, 43 earned in 10 games for a .438 ERA and a .166 whip. Caitlin Ty leading things off. Line outside, 2 balls and a strike. Ty batting robust, .526, 10 of 19. 10 runs scored, 6 runs driven in, a homer, a double, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. inside for ball 4, and Ty draws the leadoff walk. Nears trying to answer back after the Rodeo took the 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Defensively for the Rodeo, Shivert in left, Pinner in center, Ross in right, Mercado at third, Taylor at short, Diaz at second, DeLong at first, Velasquez behind the plate, and Powers the pitcher. Armstrong and Jordan the DP and extra hitter. Caprice Barella now steps in, squares around and bunts it foul. 4 strike 1. Barella 8 of 14 at the plate, batting .571, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. As a team, the Nears have scored 48 runs in 9 games, with a .299 batting average and a .390 on base percentage. Went around on the check swing, no balls and 2 strikes on Barella. Over on field 1, you have the Queens in the Slice. In game 2 of that series, game 1, it's on epic comeback by the Slice to get an 11-10 victory. That one's to the backstop. And the wild pitch will move Ty to second. Game 2 on field 1 will be the Circus and the Skeeters, and game 3 will be the Sea Cows and the Squeeze. Our game 2 today will between the Finns and the Impact will also be game 2 of a series of an 11-10 game yesterday. I don't know what the odds are of having 2 games finish with a final score of 11-10, but they're pretty long, but it happened yesterday. They both featured comebacks. Impact walked off the Finns yesterday, 11-10. Grounded back to Powers, she has it, and will make the throw to first to get the out. Ty will move to third, and there's one away. .83 degrees at first pitch. Cloud cover. There's rain in the area. Hopefully it goes around us. If it stays like this, it's pretty dang comfortable. It's the first pitch. Is in there for a strike to Ella Dawson, who's batting .300, 6 of 20 with 2 runs scored, 7 runs driven in, a homer, 2 doubles. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on third. Rodeo with an early 1-0 lead on a solo homer by Lily Shivert. That one's a ground ball through for a base hit into center field. Ty will come home, and that's an RBI single from Ella Dawson. We are tied up at 1. That brings up Sydney Lamont. First pitch to her. Outside for ball 1. Lamont on the year. Batting .429, 12 of 28, 8 runs scored, 15 driven in, 6 homers, leads the league, 2 doubles. And she's hit 4 home runs in the last 2 games. 2 yesterday and 2 on Tuesday. She was 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 runs scored, 5 runs driven in, a 3-run homer in the first and a 2-run homer in the fifth. Basically single-handedly kept the Neers in the ball game. Takes a 4-pitch walk there. So now runners are on first and second with 1 out for Batty Baker. Baker hitting .474, 9 of 19, 4 runs scored, 2 runs driven in, has a couple of doubles and 4 walks on the season. Was 3 for 4 yesterday with a double and 2 singles. First pitch, that's opposite way, and that's going to get down for a base hit in the right field. Ross comes up. Throw comes in to the cutoff man, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out for the Neers. Valerie Combs will be the batter, as the Neers have tied it, and they're looking to jump out in front here in the home half of the first inning. Yesterday, Combs was 0 for 2. On the year, she's 4 of 18, batting .222. Has a couple of doubles and a couple of walks. Looking for her first RBIs of the FGCL season. The first pitch is outside for ball 1. Quite a battle here with the bases loaded and one out. Combs takes that one to second. Collected through to first to get the out. But the run does come in to score, and the Nears take the 2-1 lead on the RBI ground out. So that will be Combs' first RBI of the FGCL campaign. Bringing home Dawson, Lamont to third, Baker to second. The first pitch to Bailey Davis misses for ball one. Davis batting .308, 4 of 13, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in with a double, and 3 walks. There's a strike, 1-1. Yesterday, Davis was 0 for 1, had a walk and a strikeout. Line drive to second on one hop. The stop made by Diaz. She'll make the throw for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Pioneers grab the lead here in the home half of the first inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We played an inning. It's 2-1 Nears. This is the FGCL. We head to the top of the second inning. Pioneers with a 2-1 lead over the Rodeo. 2 up for the Rodeo here in the second as they try to answer back. Ross, Armstrong, and Jordan. Lena Ross starting things off, and here comes the first pitch from Caprice Barella. Fouled off on a check swing. Ross batting .136, 3 of 22 with a run scored, 3 runs driven in. A walk and 2 hit by pitches on the season for Ross. No balls, 2 strikes. Ross yesterday was 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Caprice Barella in the circle for the Pioneers, the freshman from New Mexico, native of Las Cruces. Gets the strikeout. There's one gone. For the Lobos this past year, had a .588 ERA and 25 innings pitched, 29 hits, 27 runs, 21 earned. She walked 16, struck out 19 with an 0-3 record. 1 out, nobody on for Sadie Armstrong, that is a player. First pitch to her misses inside for ball 1. Armstrong 1 of 8 with 2 runs scored, 4 runs driven in. Her 1 hit was a home run. She has 3 walks and a sac fly on the year. And there's her second hit, grounded through for a base hit into center field. So now one out, one on. As we'll have a courtesy runner coming in for the Rodeo. Cash Herbert is running on first, and Hope Jordan is batting. First pitch misses inside for ball one. Jordan 5 of 22, batting .227. 5 runs scored, 3 runs driven in with 2 homers and 2 walks. Runner goes, and she is out stealing. Pitch was a ball. And Valerie Combs behind home plate. Hoses Herbert trying to steal. And there's now 2 away. Three balls and no strikes on Jordan. Now with 2 outs, nobody on. After a slight delay over on field 1 due to a umpire injury, they are back underway. No score between the Slice and the Queens in the second. Opening up today's play, the standings in the FGCL. The Aquanauts are in first at 8-1. Queens in the Squeeze tied for second at 8-2. The Slice in fourth at 6-4. Excuse me. The Impact in fifth, 5-4. Rodeo in sixth at 5-5. River Mocs and Sea Cows in seventh at 4-5, with the Finns in ninth at 3-6. That one's to the backstop for ball 4. The Nears are at 2-7. They're in 10th. Circus in 11th at 2-8, and the Skeeters in, the Circus in 11th, and the Skeeters in 12th at 1-7. So the 2-out walk. Keep the inning alive as we'll have another courtesy runner coming in for the catcher Jordan. Danielle Monaco running on first. Sierra Diaz at the plate. Diaz batting .240. She's 6 of 25. With a run scored, 2 runs driven in. With a walk. That hit the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Diaz fouls that one away, stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball to deep second, ranging all the way back. To make the catch is Lamont for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Rodeo unable to put a run across here in the second inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and one left. We move to the bottom of the second, 2-1 Pioneers. This is the FTCL. Two-one Pioneers. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Harold Shea and Love due up 8, 9, 10. Avery Powers back out for her second inning of work in the circle for the Rodeo. RBI single by Ella Dawson and an RBI ground out by Valerie Combs, giving the Neers the 2-1 lead. And the first pitch to Chet Harrell is low for ball one. Two balls and no strikes. Harrell batting .217. Goes too far around there, 2-1. 5 of 23 with 5 runs scored. Has a double, a walk, and she's been hit 3 times. Harrell was 0 for 4 yesterday. Two fouled off. Powers from Tampa, Florida. From Berkeley Prep, heading to Bucknell. Set a single game strikeout record at Berkeley Prep with 22 strikeouts in a single game and 226 strikeouts in a single season. That one is a fly ball to the left. Underneath it to make the catch to Shivert for out number 1. That will bring up Kennedy Shea, the shortstop. Shea batting .250. She's 5 of 20, 5 runs scored, 5 runs driven in, has a homer and 4 walks. That one's taken to left. Ross ranging back, reaches up to make the catch in front of the fence for out number 2. So well hit ball by Shea that just kept on traveling and traveling, but Ross is able to track it down. There's 2 gone. And that will bring up Haley Love. Love looking for her first base hit of the season. She's 0 of 18 with 3 runs scored. and 2 walks. Love got one of those walks yesterday. It was 0 for 1. Fouled that one off, 2-1. Too far inside, 3 balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second. Nears lead it 2-1. Popped up on the infield. Catches bait at third, and that's a 1-2-3 inning from Avery Powers and the Rodeo. For the Nears, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left. We played 2-2-1. Pioneers with the lead, says the FGCL. We move to the top of the third. 2-1 Pioneers. Due up for the Rodeo here in the third. Velasquez, Mercado, and Pinner. 9-10-1. Caprice Barella back out for her third inning of work. Starting off with Alana Velasquez. First pitch to her is through for a base hit. So a single for Velasquez starts things off. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Gabby Mercado. Velasquez, despite being a catcher, will stay in to run for herself. Mercado batting 130, 3 of 23 with 3 runs scored. Has a couple of walks and a hit by pitch. First pitch is a ball. Mercado was 0 for 2 in yesterday's game. She with a strikeout, a hit by pitch, and a walk. High and outside, they throw down, back in time, 3 balls, no strikes. Four-pitch walk issued to Mercado, and now runners are on first and second. with nobody out. As we head back to the top of the order, and the center fielder, Carly Pinner. She grounded out her first time. Pinner, a junior this past season at Kent State, entered the transfer portal and is heading back here down south to UCF. First pitch is a strike. Pinner batted .205 for Kent State this past year with 16 RBIs, a triple, 7 doubles, 25 runs scored, had a .283 OBP. No balls and 2 strikes. Fouled away. There's Allie Lindenham, the head coach of the Rodeo. The head coach at Newsom High School. First year head coach here in the league. Pinner, soft liner, that catch is made. And doubled off the second base bag is Velasquez. So the line drive double play erases the lead runner, and there's now 2 gone. Bring up Grace Taylor with a runner on first and 2 outs. Freshman at App State this past season, entered the transfer portal. Line drive, that's going to fall for a base hit into center field. Runner grounds second and will move to third, and now the runners are on the corners with 2 outs. Rodeo now with the tying run on third base for Lily Shivert, who hit a solo homer her first time. First pitch to Shivert is in there for a strike. Shivert is sophomore at Delaware in 2025 and is in the transfer portal. Batted .224 for the Blue Hens this past year. 11 of 49 with 6 RBIs, a homer, 2 doubles, and 6 runs scored. No 2, fouled off on a check swing. Fouled away, count remains 0-2. Missed inside, and taking off and stealing second is Taylor, and Mercado will come home with the steal of home. double steal ties it up at 2. 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third. Collected, and the throw is in time for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Rodeo tie things up with a double steal. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the home half of the third, 2-2, Rodeo and Pioneers. This is the FGCL. We move to the bottom of the 3rd inning, tied up between the Pioneers and the Rodeo. 2 up for the Neers here in the 3rd, top of the order. Ty, Barella, and Dawson taking on Avery Powers. Caitlin Ty to start things off. She walked and scored her first time. Ty, a sophomore at Western Michigan this past season. She is in the transfer portal from Edwardsburg, Michigan. First pitch is low for ball 1. Skied to deep short. Catch is made. There's 1 away. We'll bring up Caprice Barella. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Did not have an at-bat for New Mexico in her freshman year, but has showed the capability here this summer so far. His first pitch is in there for a called strike. Maybe that will be an option for the Lobos moving forward. Still batting over 500 is Barella. At bunt is down, and that's going to stay fair. And that's going to be an infield single for Caprice Varela. It's a well-placed bunt down the third base line. And one out single puts a runner on first for Ella Dawson. Dawson had an RBI single and came around to score in the first. Second to back-to-back Lobos in the lineup. That one's well hit to deep right field, and that's going to get over the right fielder's head and hit up against the wall. Varela will dig for third. She'll be safe there. Dawson is safe at second, and the double puts runners on second and third with one out. Misjudged by the right fielder out there in right field. So back-to-back hits by the back-to-back New Mexico products, but two runners in scoring position with one out for Sydney Lamont. Lamont walked her first time, and with first base open, that is an option again. As I mentioned, she has hit a league-leading 6 homers, 4 in the last 2 games. Sophomore out of Green Bay. First pitch is inside for ball 1. For the Phoenix this past season, Lamont hit .232, 17 RBIs, 2 homers, 6 doubles. She scored 10 runs, had a .321 OBP. Too far inside, 3 balls and a strike. And Lamont walks for the second time today. That loads the bases with 1 out. For Maddie Baker, who has 4 hits in her last 5 plate appearances, including a single in the first inning. First pitch is a strike. Baker, second and back-to-back Green Bay Phoenix in the lineup. Baker, sophomore from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Batted .200, 10 of 50 with 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 4 runs scored for Green Bay. Two balls and a strike, and Velasquez will go out to talk things over with Powers here. An opportunity for the Pioneers to not just break the tie, but maybe put up a crooked number here in the 3rd inning. With bases loaded and 1 out. away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on every base for the Pioneers. 2-2, swung on and missed. 4 strike 3. It was in the dirt, but first base is occupied, and there's 2 away. Got Baker to chase there. And that will bring up Valerie Combs, who had an RBI ground out her first time. Second time she's batted today with the bases loaded. First pitch is a ball. Combs, a sophomore at Georgia Southern, where she transferred from Western Illinois. This past season, she batted .250 with 25 RBIs, 2 homers, 14 doubles, and 20 runs scored at a .303 OBP for the Eagles. That one breaks across the inside edge, 2-1. Fouled away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Counts now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Combs with a ground ball to short. They'll throw to second and can't make the catch. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run. And a costly error brings home 2 runs, and the Pioneers lead at 4-2. E4 on the play. And what has been a bugaboo for the Pioneers this year, help them out. A couple of unearned runs come in to give the Neers the 4-2 lead and brings Bailey Davis to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out. First pitch is a strike. So Combs reaches on the air, no RBIs. As a freshman in 2025 from McNeese, Bailey Davis is at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes on her. Davis was 2 for 6 with a run scored at the plate for the Cowgirls this past year. The 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And that ends the inning. But the Neers jump back out in front. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left. We played 3, 4-2 Pioneers. This is the FGCL. 4-2 Pioneers as we head to the fourth inning. DeLong, Ross, and Armstrong do up for the Rodeo against a new pitcher for the Nears as Lillian Berry will take over for Caprice Barella. Barella went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs that were both earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Lillian Berry making her 7th appearance for the Pioneers. She's pitched 13 2/3 innings, an 0-2 record, 29 runs allowed, 16 have been earned for an 8.19 ERA, 27 hits, 9 Ks, 11 walks, a 2.78 whip for Berry as the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Berry did appear yesterday in 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned with a walk. And that one knocked the into the bat from DeLong's bat, so she'll head back to get a new one. DeLong is 0 for 1. She lined out her first time. Berry, a redshirt sophomore at Charlotte this past season. She posted a 7 ERA and an 0-1 record in 14 innings pitched, 19 hits. 15 runs allowed, 14 were earned. She walked 16 without a strikeout after transferring to Charlotte from North Alabama. Started her career at Penn State. DeLong grounds that one past third baseman. That'll be a base hit. Fifth hit of the day for the Rodeo. Starts things off here in the fourth to try to answer back after the Pioneers took the 4-2 lead in the third. Elena Ross is the batter. First pitch is low for ball 1. Ross from Walters State, a freshman this past season. From New Bremen, Ohio. Batted .441 for Walters this past season with 62 RBIs, 21 homers, 15 doubles, 45 runs scored at a 500 OBP. Soft liner, that one is going to now be a base hit. It hit just to the right of the second base bag and stuck, took a right turn, avoided Lamont. And back-to-back singles for the Rodeo puts runners on first and second with nobody out. For Sadie Armstrong, as the infield defense gets together to discuss things. Those were 2 plays that, while they were not errors, were plays that possibly could have been made by both Ty and Lamont. But instead, runners are on first and second with nobody out for Sadie Armstrong, who singled her first time. Armstrong, a freshman out of Longwood. Lines this to left center field, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Ross will stay at third, but that's an RBI double for Sadie Armstrong. And the Rodeo are back within 1. It's now 4-3. Another courtesy runner coming in for the sometimes pitcher Armstrong. Cash Herber out at second. For the current catcher, Hope Jordan. She walked her first time. First pitch is a strike. That one's on the inside edge. No balls, 2 strikes. They're in the bottom of the third over on field 1, and the Slice have opened up a 6-0 lead over the Queens. Remember, it was yesterday when the Slice trailed 7-0, came back and won that game 11-10. So ground ball to short. They'll throw to third, get the runner there. Coming in to score will be Ross. So that's an RBI fielder's choice for Jordan. Herbert is retired. Ross comes in to score. We're tied up at 4. Liner to third. The throw on one hop is in time to get Diaz, and there's 2 away as Jordan moves to second. So now 2 out, runner on second for Alana Velasquez, who singled her first time. Lines this one, that's going to get through into left field for a base hit. Rounding third is Jordan. The throw is offline. And the Rodeo take the 5-4 lead on the RBI single by Alana Velasquez. Velasquez moves to second on the throw. So 2 out now, runner on second once again. Now the Rodeo leads at 5-4, and Gabby Mercado is the batter. She walked and scored her first time, and that's right back to Barry. Makes a stop, and the throw is away. Never stopping and coming in to score is Velasquez. And Lillian Barry, who made a nice stop, threw it away, and the air brings in another run. It is now 6-4. Mercado also moved to second on the errant throw. So back to the top of the order, Carly Penner. She is 0 for 2. I mentioned earlier that unearned runs have been an issue for the Pioneers this season, and unfortunately that comes to pass once again here in the 4th. That throw, Barry she had time. Maybe a little too much time. She took too much off the throw. And Davis wasn't able to make the catch over at first base. Ground ball to first. Davis will collect it standing on the first base bag for the out to retire the side. But the Rodeo take the lead as they get 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left. We head to the home half of the 4th inning, 6-4. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. Jet Harrell leading things off for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The first pitch is a called strike. It's the bottom of the order here for the Nears. 8, 9, 10 against Avery Powers, back out for her 4th inning of work. Powers through 3 innings has given up 4 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits. Two Ks and 3 walks for Powers so far today. Harrell's 0 for 1. She had a fly out her first time. Redshirt junior at UTSA in 2025 is Jet Harrell from Clarksdale, Mississippi. She transferred to UTSA from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. That's a fly ball, shallow center. Catch is made, there's one gone. That brings up Kennedy Shea. She's 0 for 1. She had a fly out her first time. Shea, an incoming freshman on her way to Georgia Southern from Plant City, Florida. First pitch is a strike. Count moves to 2-1. There's one out. There's nobody on. Pioneers trying to answer back after Rodeo put up a 4 spot in the top of the 4th to take the 6-4 lead. Game 3 of this 3-game series coming up tomorrow at 2:30 here on Field 2. Before everyone gets a day off on Sunday. And we'll start looking at playoff positioning. This calendar moves toward July and the last week of regular season play. Misses inside for ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Kennedy Shea. We'll now bring up Haley Love. Ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit. Runners now on first and second with 1 away. First base hit of the season for Haley Love. Puts runners now on first and second. With 1 out, back to the top of the order, Caitlin Ty, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. First pitcher is fouled back. The FGCL playoffs will begin on July 10th. And we'll crown a champion on July 12th. Be here before you know it.
Strike count.
Another foul ball. They're still in the bottom of the third over on field one, and the Slice have now opened up an 11-0 lead over the Queens.
Strike count.
That's line to left. That's down for a base hit. Runners will stop where they are, so that is a single for Caitlin Ty to load the bases for Caprice Barella. First pitch to Barella is a called strike. Barella 1 for 2. Single and scored in the third. Barella lines that one back and is knocked down by Powers. She'll throw home to get the lead runner. So that's a fielder's choice for Barella. So Barella on first, Ty on second, Love on third. Shea was out at home. So 2 out, the bases remain loaded for Ella Dawson. First pitch to her is a ball. Dawson 2 for 2 on the day, an RBI single and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the third. There's a big chance here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, Pioneers trailing by 2. Two balls, no strikes on the New Mexico Lobo.
Ball count.
Powers still can't get the sign she wants, and call time. And Jordan will go out to talk with her.
Ball count.
Called strike, 3-1. That's grounded foul. Counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will get a head start here. Another foul ball. So again, as I was saying, the Queens were the first team, or the last team, undefeated here in the FGCL. They started off 8-0, and now on the verge of dropping 3 in a row to fall to 8-3. So the FGCL season is a short season, but in many ways, it is still a long season. Teams can change one way or the other as the season goes along quickly. That's the foul ball. It's still 3 balls, 2 strikes. That 3-2 is inside for ball 4. And Dawson gets the RBI walk. It's now 6-5 Rodeo. Now Sid Lamont is the batter. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Lamont has walked twice, but nowhere to put her now. Two-0. Lamont takes this one to deep left center field. The catch is made for out number 3 to retire the side. Cindy Lamont almost hit her 5th home run in the last 3 games. It would have been a grand slam, but instead it falls just short, and the Rodeo get out of it. For the Nears here in the 4th, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 left. We head to the 5th inning. It is 6-5, Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. Grace Taylor leading things off with the rodeo.
Yeah. Yeah.
We head to the top of the 5th inning. Rodeo with a 6-5 lead. Taylor is 1 for 2. She singled back in the 3rd inning. Gabby Evans now behind the plate for the Nears.
One ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now in the top of the 4th, over on field 1, the Slice lead 11-3 over the Queens. And the walk is issued to Taylor. Lily Shivert is now the batter. She's 1 for 2 at a solo homer back in the 1st. First pitch fouled off for strike 1.
Strikes now.
Well, now we're back to the pitcher, and Barry's throw is off the mark. So the E1 puts runners now on 1st and 2nd. Barry ended up throwing it straight to City Lamont. The problem was Lamont wasn't on the second base bag. She was backing up. They'll bring in Cash Herber to bat.
Here we go.
Herber's first plate appearance of the day. She's batting 105 on the year, 2 of 19 with 3 runs scored, has a double and 8 walks, despite the batting average at 370 OBP. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball count.
battle back. Get 2 strikes to fill up this count at 3 balls, 2 strikes on Herbert. That one's outside for ball 4. So now the bases are loaded. There's nobody out for the Rodeo. Here in the 5th inning, they lead it by 1. Elena Ross will be the batter. She's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Ground ball to second. They're going to come home and get the force at the plate. Heads up play by Lamont. Heads up by Evans calling for that one. And there's one away. So 1 out now. The bases remain loaded for Sadie Armstrong. She's 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and an RBI. And that one is driven to deep center field. Way back. Get out the mustard and the rye bread, Grandma. It's a grand salami. Sadie Armstrong. Now just a triple short of the cycle. And the grand slam makes it 10-5.
One for 13.
And Yale Monaco will be the batter for the first time today. Monaco batting .208, 5 of 24, 5 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, a homer and a double, 4 walks, a hit by pitch on the season. 2 balls, no strikes. Two hopper to third. Tie with the stop and the throw, and there's 2 away. Sarah Diaz takes the first pitch, slow it inside for ball 1. Diaz is 0 for 2. Liner to center field, and that one is going to be cut off just before it gets to the wall, so that's going to be a single for Sierra Diaz, but the Rodeo keep the inning going here in the 5th. Diaz's first hit of the game. We'll bring up Lana Velasquez. She's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. Ground ball to short. Throws in time, and that'll do it for the Rodeo here in the 5th inning. But it was a big 5th inning as Lakewood Ranch gets 4 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. 10-5, Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. Win Hall to lead things off for the Pioneers. 10-5 Rodeo. Hall getting your first at-bat against a new pitcher for the Rodeo. As Avery Powers will give way to Sadie Armstrong. Powers went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. She walked 3 and struck out 2. Armstrong making her 5th appearance for the Rodeo. She's gone 14 innings. With an 0-1 record, 20 runs allowed, 16 have been earned for an 80 ERA. 18 hits, 13 strikeouts, 12 walks, a 214 whip.
3 ball. 2 strikes.
Hall at the plate this season is 4 of 16, batting .250 with 4 runs scored, 3 runs driven in. She has a double, 4 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. That one's outside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Quinn Hall. And now bring up Gabby Evans for the first time today. Evans batting .238, 5 of 21 with a run scored, 2 walks and hit by pitch. Our home plate umpire got hit on the hand there. And wait a minute. Over on field 1, they're in the top of the 5th inning. The Slice with a 11-3 lead over the Queens. So the Queens have to score in this inning to avoid the run rule. Coming up next here on field 2 will be the Finns and the Impact, scheduled for a noon first pitch, followed up by the Aquanauts and the Rivermocks at 2:30. On field 1, it'll be the Circus and the Skeeters at noon, followed up by the Sea Cows and the Squeeze. On that first pitch, Hall took second on the wild pitch, so there's a runner on second now with nobody out. And our home plate umpire is now getting some ice for that hand. So earlier in the day we had a umpire injury stoppage on field 1, and now the same here on field 2. Evans grounds that ball to third, bobbled momentarily, recovered and throw for the out. Runner moves to third. There's now one away. They'll bring up the first baseman, Bailey Davis. She's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. First pitch low and away. 4-1. That's to the backstop, and Hall will come in to score on the wild pitch. Nears get one back. It is now 10-6. One out now, nobody on, and a 3-0 count for Davis. Queens have scored a couple runs over on field one. It's now 11-5, so they've avoided the run rule. That one is a swinging bunt, and that's going to be an infield single for Bailey Davis. Just died going down the third base line. Now the Nears have a runner on first with one out for Jet Harrell, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. That bunt is fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and she spikes the throw. And now Davis is caught between second and third. Rundown will get Davis. And there's 2 away. Harrell now goes to third. There's a collision, and Harrell will score. And the Nears score a run very unorthodoxly.
Error.
So there's an error to allow Harrell to reach first, and then another error to allow her to score after the out is recorded. Kendi Shea at the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk. Drops in for a called strike. Nice change up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's inside for ball 4. So the inning continues for the Pioneers. They've scored 2 to pull within 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shea walks for the 2nd time today. And that brings up Haley Love. She is 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the 4th. First pitch misses for ball 1. Called strike, 2-1. Love with a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit into center field. Love was 0 for 18 entering today, and now is 2 for 3. In this game. So now runners on first and second, 2 outs, and the tying run to the plate. Caitlin Ty, 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a run scored. First pitch is a ball. That's outside for ball 4. And the bases are now loaded with 2 outs for Lillian Berry. Berry at the plate this season is 1 for 9 with a run scored. She has a double, and she's walked 3 times. Has a chance now with 2 outs and the bases loaded to maybe tie things up or even take the lead. First pitch is in there for a called strike. It's a grand slam by the pitcher, Sadie Armstrong, last inning. Put the Rodeo up. At the time, 10-5. Pioneers have scored 2 already here in the bottom of the 5th. The bases loaded. Two ones right in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs with the bases loaded. 2-2. Barry grounds that one foul. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A near on every bag. The 2-2 is low, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Payoff pitch. Hits the inside corner for a called strike 3. And Armstrong gets the big strikeout to strand the bases loaded for the Pioneers here in the 5th, but the Neers do add 2. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors. And 3 runners left on. We played 5. 10-7. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the top of the 6th inning. The Rodeo with a 10-7 lead over the Pioneers. Due up for the Rodeo, Mercado, Pinner, and Taylor taking on a new pitcher for the Pioneers, and it's Gwen Hall. And she is making her pitching debut for the Neers. She's been working with Erica Beach and wants to be a pitching option for McNeese. Getting some work in here. First pitch from the lefty. Just misses outside for ball 1. Mercado is 0 for 1, walked and scored in the 3rd, and reached on an error in the 4th. Two balls, no strikes. Any team could always use a lefty arm. So if Hall can work her way in to just getting some innings for McNeese, that could be a huge help. Over on field 1, in the bottom of the 5th inning, Lexi Shaver hit a 3-run game-ending home run, and The Slice win 14-5 in 5 innings. 3-1 the count. Now in Mercado. And that's a walk. Start things off in the circle for Hall. Mercado is on first. They'll bring up Carly Pinner. She's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs, and she lined into a double play today. First pitch is a strike. So the up to the minute standings, that moves the Queens down to 3rd place and moves the Slice up to 4th place. Those two teams will finish off their 3-game series tomorrow on Field 1 at 2:30. Here, the Rodeo is trying to take their second game of this 3-game series to win the series and make tomorrow a chance for a sweep. Near's certainly not out of it. They're down by 3. If they can keep the Rodeo off the board here, the bats have been hot, really for both these teams, but the Nears in particular. Fly ball to left, charging in is Dawson. She'll make the diving catch. So a heck of a catch by Ella Dawson out in left field. And 1 out, that brings up Grace Taylor. She's 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Fly ball to right. Catch is made out in right field.
They moved around out there. It's open center now.
First pitch is fouled off by Lee Scheibert. That one almost came back into fair ground, but Ty grabbed it before it could. Scheibert is 1 for 3 in a solo homer in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 3rd, and reached on error and scored in the 5th. That one's lined to center, and that one is going to get down. Rounding third and coming in to score without a throw is Mercado. And that'll be an RBI double for Lily Shavert. Hit on a line, but that ball had some knuckling action on it, and it fooled the Pioneer center fielder. Took a bad route. Now bring up Cash Herber. First pitch misses for ball one. Herber she walked and scored her first time up back in the 5th inning. Ball strike, 1-1. Excuse me, high and away. 2-1. Excuse me, that was 2-2, and that one hit the outside corner for a called strike 3. Hall gets the strikeouts in the inning, and that'll do it for the Rodeo here in the 6th. But Lakewood Ranch adds to their lead as they get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is 11-7, Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. This was a real college game, that would probably been an error from the center fielder. But she hit it hard, and like the center fielder took that bad angle. Yeah, the bad angle on it. So I was like, let's not take a hit away from it.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure I was on the same page with you.
Yeah, no, that's right. I like to give the hitter the benefit of the doubt unless it's here for sure. 11-7 Rodeo. We moved to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ella Dawson takes the first pitch for ball 1 from Sadie Armstrong. Back out now for her 2nd inning of relief. Dawson's had a heck of a game. She's 2 for 2. Single, a double, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in with a walk, and also just made a diving catch out in left field. One ball, 1 strike. The Circus and the Skeeters over on field 1 going to get started at noon. We have the Finns and the Impact scheduled for a noon start here on field 2. Might be a few minutes late getting started. That one's lined to center, and that's down for a base hit. 3 for 3 day for Ella Dawson. They'll bring up Sydney Lamont. 0 for 1 with a couple of walks today is Lamont. And she destroys this ball way back. Way gone. Fifth home run for Lamont in the last 3 games. She has 7 on the year. And the Pioneers are now just down 2. It's 11-9. She just missed a homer her last time up. Did not miss that one. So it's 11-9. And Gwen Hall will be the batter. She walked and scored last inning. First pitch bounces in for ball 1. Ground ball back to the pitcher, Armstrong. Will make the throw. There's one away. Gabby Evans at the plate. She's 0 for 1 with the ground out. Evans takes the 4-pitch walk.
Running for the catcher.
Who is it?
Yes.
7?
So Combs will come in to courtesy run for Evans. And Bailey Davis will be the batter. 1 for 3 with a single. That's now 5 straight balls thrown by Armstrong after she induced the ground out to get the first out of the inning. Called strike, 1-1.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Two's a ground ball. That's going to get through into center field. So base hit for Davis. Those runners now on first and second. 1 out. And the Nears bring the go-ahead run to the plate here in the 6th. Jet Harrell will be the batter. 0 for 3. Rishon Aaron scored last inning. First pitch is inside for ball one. This has been a pioneer type of game. Pretty much no other way I know how to describe it. That's a bunted foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Merrill with a ground ball through for a base hit into left field. Combs will stop at third, and now the bases are loaded with 1 away. For Kennedy Shea. 0 for 1 with a couple of walks is Shea. Bases loaded. Ground ball to third. They'll throw home and throw it away. Runner caught between second and third, but they're going to let her get back. Or will. And Shea reaches on the fielder's choice, and Combs scores on the air. It's now 11-10, and the bases are still loaded. So Shea reaches on the fielder's choice. Combs scores on the air. The bases are still loaded. The Nears are down 1. And Haley Love will be the batter. She's 2 for 3 with a couple singles and a run scored on the day. First pitch is a strike. It's 11-10, which out of nowhere has become a very popular score here in the FGCL. Had 2 games yesterday with the final scores of 11-10. Pioneers don't want that to be the final here. We're just in the bottom of the 6th.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Armstrong gets the out. Bases are still loaded, now there's 2 away. Back to the top of the order, and Caitlin Ty is 1 for 2 with 2 walks, a single, and a run scored. It's a fly ball to right, but the catch is made for out number 3 to retire the side. The Nears strand the bases loaded. They do add 3 runs here in the 6th. 3 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 3 left. We head to the 7th. It's 11-10. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. It's 11-10. Rodeo with the lead as we open up the 7th inning. Ross Armstrong and Monaco due up against a new pitcher for the Pioneers. Another one making her FGCL debut in the circle, Jet Harrell. She's working back from injury and wants to be a pitching option for UTSA. So she's in the circle facing Elena Ross to start things off. First pitch is a called strike. Good velocity on the inside corner. Ross is 1 for 3 with a single and 2 runs scored. Fly ball to center. Catch is made by Dawson, and there's one away. Quinn Hall went an inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 run was earned. She walked 1, she struck out 1. And that will bring up designated player Sadie Armstrong, who is a triple short of the cycle. First pitch is high for ball 1. Armstrong pops this one up. Lamont back behind the first base bag will make the catch for out number 2. And Lamont is retired for the first time, and Armstrong is retired for the first time today.
What'd she just do?
So now 2 outs, nobody on for Danielle Monaco. She grounded out her first time. First pitch is a called strike. Slapped, and that's going to get through. Opposite way into left field. Rodeo keeps the inning alive as they're trying to add to their 11-10 lead before the Nears will get a chance in the home half of the 7th. Sierra Diaz will be the batter. She is 1 for 3 with a single. First pitch misses for ball 1.
I'm so sorry, Tom. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
The Nears will have 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the 7th.
got the first 2 outs, but now a single and a walk have put runners on first and second for Lana Velasquez, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a run scored, and an RBI. Fouled that one off on a check swing, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. High. 2-1. If you were tuning in expecting to see the Fins and the Impact, that will be starting 30 minutes after this one concludes. This has been a very entertaining but long game. We'll need 25 to 30 minutes in between games to get the field turned around and get the umpires time to get changed and cool off a little bit.
Three ball. 2 strikes.
Harold just trying to find this third out. Velasquez stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Velasquez continuing to battle here. And she coaxes the walk. Now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the third baseman, Gabby Mercado. Mercado is 0 for 1. Reached on air back in the 4th with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Meetings are broken up, and Gabby Mercado will be the batter. That's the inside corner for a called strike. Mercado, the Seton Hall Pirate, takes that one for a strike, 0-2. Monaco on third, Diaz on second, Velasquez on first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Carroll got 2 quick outs to start the 7th inning, but a single and 2 walks have loaded the bases. Another 1-2. Rolling away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blowing in, and the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Mercado. That one comes in high for ball 4. It's an RBI walk for Gabby Mercado. 3 straight free passes issued by Harrell. And it's now 12-10, Rodeo with the lead. That brings up Carly Penner, who's 0 for 4. Ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit. 1 will score. Here comes the second run. She will score as well. And out at third is going to be Mercado to end the inning. But the 2-run single adds to their lead as the Rodeo gets 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Pioneers. 14-10, Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. Bottom of the 7th inning, the last chance for the Pioneers. They're down 14-10. Lillian Berry at the plate, and a new pitcher is in for the Rodeo. Maggie Place replaces Sadie Armstrong. Armstrong went 2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Place in the FGCL so far. The defending pitcher of the year in the league. This is now her 8th appearance. In her previous 7, she's pitched 22 2/3 innings. Barry bloops this one. It is just foul. Place has a 1-2 record. 10 runs allowed, 8 have been earned for a 2.47 ERA. 23 hits, 17 strikeouts, 6 walks, a 128 WHIP for the Grand Canyon product. Trying to close this one out. Barry lines this one to right, and that's going to be caught for out number 1. That'll bring up Ella Dawson. Dawson is 3 for 3. She's reached base 4 times. She had an RBI single and scored in the 1st, double and scored in the 3rd, RBI walk in the 4th, and singled and scored in the 6th. First pitch is a ball. Fouled that one off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. We will have the Fins and the Impact coming up next, roughly 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. So they're getting some extra time in the cage here before this game gets underway. That's a blooper, and that's going to fall just past the diving Diaz. Digging for second, now caught between first and second is Dawson, and Dawson's going to be safe at first. Head first slide. So Dawson today is now 4 for 4, and she's reached base 5 times. So with a runner on first, Sydney Lamont is now the batter. Hit a Titanic 2-run homer her last time up. First pitch is a called strike. 1 for 2 on the day with that 2-run shot and a couple of walks is Lamont. Lamont takes that one to deep center field. That one is back and off the wall. Lamont will dig for second. She'll be safe there. And that's a double for Sydney Lamont. Off the wall. And now the Pioneers have the tying run in the on-deck circle with 2 runners in scoring position. For Gwen Hall, she is 0 for 1, walked and scored in the 5th, grounded out in the 6th. Just trying to get that tying run to the plate here in the home half of the 7th inning. It's a football score here on field 2, 14-10. Little outside, 1-1. pops that one up in foul ground. It will get out of play. Place looks in, the 2-2. Ground ball, and that's a base hit. Dawson will score. It's now 14-11. And that will bring the tying run to the plate for the Nears. Lamont to third. And Gabby Evans to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored is Evans. First pitch is a strike. Both teams have had one inning in this game where they have not scored a run. That was the second inning. Neither team scored a run in the second. Each team has scored at least one offensive run each half inning since. Rodeo with a run in the first, a run in the third, 4 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and 3 in the seventh. Pioneers, 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 3 in the sixth, 1 so far here in the seventh. It has been an absolute slugfest. So Evans down on strikes. There's now 2 away. And the last chance for the Pioneers is Bailey Davis. First pitch to her, fouled back for strike 1. Davis does represent the tying run at the plate. 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. One ball, one strike. And that's a pass ball, which will allow Hall to reach second. Lamont stays at third, which is smart. Her run doesn't mean a whole lot. Davis swings and misses. And the Nears are down to their final strike. Place looks in. The 2-2 to Davis. Is popped up. Up on top of the press box. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-2. Another foul ball. That one's high, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Davis again fouls it away. Another payoff pitch. Another foul ball. Another 3-2. Davis takes this one to right center field, and tracking it down to make the catch is Taylor for out number 3, and that will end the game. Your final score, Rodeo 14, Pioneers 11. Here in the 7th inning, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Pioneers. With the win, the Rodeo improves to 6-5. The Pioneers fall to 2-8. The Rodeo got 14 runs on 13 hits. They committed 4 errors, and they left 6 runners on. The Pioneers, 11 runs on 15 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 15 runners on base. Once again, your final score, Rodeo 14, Pioneers 11. Coming up next here on Field 2 in roughly 30 minutes, it'll be the Impact taking on the Fins. Until then, I'm Tom Canterbury, and this is the FGCL.